cats are excited to see you.
Yeah.
And they come up and you pet them and they want to sit on your lap and they're like purring. They're like, wait, that's horse. Hold on. I haven't done a cat noise in a long time. So what's up, Allie? You got a lot of big news?
I got huge news. I really have huge news. So I was walking Betty today.
And you're huge news, and you're all the first to learn it.
You're all the first to learn it, yes. So I was walking Betty today, and I turn the corner, and I see two people who have little dogs who are people who live in my neighborhood, and I see them all the time, right? And they're chatting, and I walk up, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And then one of the women is like, she's like, so I was thinking of having a birthday party for my dog and inviting all of the people and dogs who live in the neighborhood.
Oh, that is amazing.
So she took my number. She's like, what's your name and what's your dog's name? And then she took a picture of Betty to save it as my phone contact. So she remembers who it was. And so she texted me and so I'm going to it's also not happening until April.
Wow.
But
that's wild.
I was like, this is incredible news.
Man, I hope this is as fun as it should be and doesn't turn into a huge disaster.
Okay,
there's
what are you
25
thinking?
Dogs that have never met each other.
Well, they all meet on the street. But I guess they're not loose together usually.
Yeah.
There's once in a while.
It could be a magical day. Or it could be very stressful.
Baby, why are you doing this to me?
Sorry. This is your big moment with your dog party. Finally got invited to a dog party.
Yeah, I'm like, dog birthday party. And you're like, that could be a disaster. And I'm like, can you just be happy for me?
That is so exciting, though. I wish there was some way to communicate it to Betty.
Yeah, and I was talking to her. I tell her a lot of stuff, even though she probably understands maybe 5% of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, Betty, okay, in April, which is in 5 months, we are going to a dog birthday party with those two little dogs you saw.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like...
And all their friends.
There's
my God. I hope she fits in.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Also, everybody in my neighborhood has a tiny dog for some reason. I guess it's New York. And
so Betty might be the big girl.
Betty might be the big girl.
It's going to be the big, tall girl at school.
Yeah. And she'll be like... It's funny because the way that she reacts to dogs her size is she's like... She wants to rough and tumble. Yeah. And then when she meets a tiny dog, she's kind of awkward about it. I think she doesn't quite know what to do. She's just hello. How are you? Can you reach my butt and sniff it even?
She approaches them they're from different countries.
Yeah, it's almost I think the way that she reacts to small dogs is people who have never been around kids and don't know how to interact with them. I think that's how Betty interacts with small dogs.
And they're a little too formal with the kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
So what do you do for work?
Yeah. Man, that's so funny. That's exciting. Yeah. That's huge news.
Huge news.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you.
I hope I get invited somehow.
I would honestly, I was thinking about it because I'm first of all, Dwayne, Sam, and Brittany and Dave kind of need to go. If it's in a park.
Yeah.
Also Eli Uden, a friend.
Should I rent a dog for the weekend?
Right. Dude, go to the shelter, adopt a dog, and then return it in a week.
And then I'm at the dog party and I can't explain any of their behaviors because I don't know the dog.
Yeah.
I'm just making stuff up the whole time.
You're like, she just does that. And she's foaming at the mouth, trying to kill someone. Also, Eli Uden.
Yeah, they found her in a carnival tent. That's all they know about her. It's just it's absurd.
Yeah.
Eli's going?
Well, no, I was thinking of inviting Eli based on because I don't know anything about the party. If it's just
based
in
on
a
dog
park,
size. Oh,
well,
okay.
if it's just in a park, I imagine I can invite people.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's at her house or something, then I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, Eli has a tiny little dog.
Yeah.
And he lives in the neighborhood. He could meet other people with dogs in the neighborhood. You know
this
what I
party
mean?
is so far in the future that it feels like a wedding, and it feels like they're gonna send you a registry or something.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and there's no way I'm getting a gift for that dog. By the way.
No.
It's also so funny because the two dogs that I saw on the street, they're both tiny, like less than 10-pound black dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized that Eli has a tiny, less than 10-pound black dog.
Wait, did Betty meet her?
Betty met, at Dwayne's.
Oh, right,
Remember?
right. Oh, yeah.
On election night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sad day.
Yeah, I mean, the party was fun, and we didn't know that Trump won by the time I left, so it was like I don't even associate Trump getting elected with that party.
Oh, but you left the earliest, so I think it wasn't clear yet.
It wasn't clear yet.
At one point, it became very clear, and everyone's like, all right, and then people kind of just started leaving.
Great party,
yeah,
Dwayne.
Great party.
You got Trump elected.
Anyway, welcome to Worthless Clowns.
Welcome.
It's a podcast about how stupid we all are. I'm Brittany Cardwell, Breton's Cardwell on Instagram.
I'm Allie O'Neill.
This is Allie O'Neill.
This is Allie
Got
O'Neill.
her.
You can find me on Instagram at It's Allie O'Neill. God, I'm so hungover.
It's like you're auditioning for a radio show. You're like overdoing it.
Brittany and the Squeeze. Welcome to WBBB.
You're hungover. What'd you do last night?
I went out with Django Dave.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dave and Django and Graham. And Django and Graham, every fucking time I go out with Dave and either one of them or both of them, I have 18 beers that night.
Yeah.
Because
they're all like 6'2".
all of those men are the largest men I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And for some reason, like, you wouldn't really expect it from Django, but he loves drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then Graham's from Canada, so I guess, like,
yeah,
those people drink a lot. I don't know, because it's cold up there.
Yeah.
I'm making it up. But it was a fun hang. And we were at the Bar Minnows for maybe 4 hours.
Whoa.
And I got my tab for me and Dave and for Graham, but Graham's going to Venmo me. And it was $150.
Yikes.
It was $150
Yeah.
and we drank beers.
Yeah. Man, oh man. I haven't had a night like that in a while.
I keep doing it by accident. That happened to me the night of your special.
What?
I stayed
You
an
stayed?
hour after you
Wow.
left because Tim
That's a late
McLaughlin
night.
was closing up the bar.
Oh, yeah.
and so me and Dave
Tim
just,
McLaughlin, former guest of the
former
pod.
guest,
friend
and
of the
Andrea
pod.
Allen was there.
Andrea Allen.
Former guest of the pod.
Yeah. A lot of guests of the pods there. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, Gasser was like, obviously went up to you and was like complimenting you so much.
Yeah.
And you were like, you trying to butter us up to get us on the pod again? And I was like, I really don't think.
You mean to get him on the pod, yeah.
Yeah, to get him on the pod, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you're like, you trying to butter us up, buddy?
I was like, I can see it. I know exactly what you're doing. You just want to be on the pod again.
Because Brittany can't take like an authentic compliment. She had to make a joke about it.
I really can't. You know, this whole week, I know that was a fun night and I know it went well. But this whole week, I'm like, was everyone lying with me? Is everyone just lying with me?
No!
Pretending?
No!
I know. But my mind
You
does
did
that.
a great job, Brittany.
My mind's trying to distort my memory to be like, wasn't that good? That's what I do.
That's
automatically
fucking stupid.
I know it's awful. So every time I've said it in my head, I had to be like, wait, here's a memory of why it did go. I'm like proving to myself that
if you don't
was
believe
good.
it, I'll fucking beat you up, bro.
I do believe it. I'm mad at myself for doing this.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
But I'm working on it. Yeah, working on it.
Anyway. Oh, okay.
Everyone's doing a bit with me when they said they liked it. I'm like, fuck you guys. Every message I got, I was like, I see what you're doing.
I can see right through it. Dude, also, like, we've had this
nice
conversation
act.
many times where you're like, am I, like, mentally disabled and everybody around me is, like, pretending. It's like I live in, like,
Still
a
could
home.
be true. Nobody has proved that it isn't happening.
Yeah, like I live in a home and they put on a special to like make me feel like I'm following my dreams.
They just want me to think that things are going good.
Dude, I think that all the
doing
time.
Whatever needs to be done for me.
Like, this is all fake?
Yeah, everyone's
you're,
just
like,
pausing their lives to let me have a podcast.
Dude, you know what? Now that I'm saying it out loud, it's kind of narcissistic.
It is. It is. It really is.
Anyway, I'm a narcissist.
Anyway,
I'm a piece of shit in the center of the universe.
Yeah.
AA.
Yeah.
That comes from AA. Okay, I have one more thing to say, and then we'll get to your updates. It's really quick. I had a dream that I was on a cruise and Betty was there.
Oh,
and I
your
woke
two
up.
Favorite things together.
Yeah, I woke up and I was
Is there a Rat King
so.
there, or
No, I
like
wish.
a Rat King board game on the cruise?
Okay.
That's your trifecta of.
What's the
for a
name of
dream.
the pilot of the ship?
The captain?
Captain. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. The captain of the ship is a rat king.
Oh!
And
he's just spinning around.
Yeah. And he comes out and he's like, anybody here want to get married? And then me and Betty get married. They do that on cruises, by the way.
Also, does anyone have any really fine motor skills they can use to get us all apart? He's just walking around asking people to undo his knots. But
there's like, we can't work together.
There's one voice. Even though they can't work together, it is just one guy.
Okay, how many hats is on the Rat King? Is there one captain hat on each rat or just the main one?
There's a cap on each rat.
Okay, all right, good to know.
Yeah, okay.
I'm glad we talked about it. I was thinking like, okay, it's a Rat King that like is this is so stupid. It's like a rat king.
This is the rat news today.
This is rat news. It's me. Yeah. Also, by the way, just to be clear, I didn't dream about rat kings. Brittany.
Yeah, I just put it in the dream for myself. I did start to imagine that was real though.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
In your fake world that you made up while you're unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my mind, there's so many rats that it takes the shape of a captain.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
And there's one like big
and inside
dreadlock
of him is just the knots.
Yes.
That's his like organs. Just knotted tails.
And he like when he moves around, the rats move like fringe.
Yeah. They're like their paws are sticking out.
Dude.
And they're all like, woo!
Yeah.
Like it's a roller coaster.
And you know, like in horror movies, when like somebody's possessed by the devil and they speak and it sounds like multiple voices at the same time.
Yeah,
That's what his voice sounds like. But it's all squeaks from rats. So it's
That's perfect.
Man, this is what AI should be used for.
A squeak is a phoneme. It's like a part of a word. Never mind. I thought it was more relatable. Forget it. Cross that out.
Anyway, I had that dream about Betty and I woke up like so in love with her.
That is so good.
Because we had such a good time in my dream.
Yeah. What do you think she was dreaming about?
I don't know. Probably chasing like cats.
I bet every night you're in her dreams.
Oh, that would be so nice.
That you really, really reacted to that.
Yeah. Well, I'm so in love with her today.
Yeah.
Because I had that dream about her.
How'd Dave take it? Dude, was Dave like, what about me?
Yeah, I don't dream about him that much.
Your 3 favorite things? Cruise, Betty,
Actually, I think Dave was there, but
yeah,
we kind of didn't have the same emotional connection in the dream. In the dream that me and Betty did.
I don't think I've definitely had dreams where I'm like hanging out with an animal and we are really connected.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I've had dreams about my own pets. Maybe it's been a long time since I had one. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Regularly, so it's hard to remember.
You had that dream about that little baby lamb.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I keep burping. I'm sorry, everyone.
Wait, what happened in the dream?
I don't know.
I had a lamb.
Yes, it was just that you had it. And you were like, I can't have this in my apartment.
Oh, yeah. Man, I want that so bad. You know, I've been like, I mean, this is always true. Like my For You page is often animals. It's like cute animal stuff, right?
Yeah.
And more, I'm like, well, I gotta go visit baby goats soon. Baby cows.
I was just thinking that.
Let's go do it.
I would literally kill somebody to pet a baby cow.
Same. Yeah.
I wouldn't kill somebody.
Yeah. Just to cover our tracks or whatever. But yeah, I would kill somebody.
Just to cover our tracks. I would love to go to a farm. I wish my brother still worked on that farm where he birthed baby cows.
Oh, man.
I'm
going to cry when I get to hang out with a baby cow again.
Me too. They're so cute.
It's been too long.
I think cows are like...
They're so sweet.
Really the cute... Like adult cows too. I love those fluffy Highland cows.
Oh,
the Scottish Highland cows that look like... They look like they have the hair of like a stoner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's make this happen. I want to go. I want to go to a place where I can actually hang out with them.
Okay, let's like
not just like look at them from afar.
Dude, let's look it up and let's like rent a car and the four of us can go pet little baby animals.
Oh my God.
Everywhere.
That's going to be the best day of whatever year that is. Best day of 2025 is when we go to see baby cows.
Yeah.
I already know it.
Okay.
That time I met elephants and cleaned their ears.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That is one of the best days of my life.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I know.
This became an animal pod again.
I know. We haven't done it in a while.
I know.
Well, my update is animal related as well.
Oh my God, that's right. We can't do anything else.
So last night I did a show at a cat cafe.
Oh, I love cat cafes.
Yeah, it's Carmen
Brooklyn-
Legala's show. Oh, we got to get her on too.
Oh, yes. Her and Corey.
Yeah.
Not at the same time, though.
No.
I want to interrogate them individually.
No couples pods.
I want to be like, are you okay in your relationship?
Yeah.
It seems to be going well.
Yeah. But we'll do it like secretly. Like we'll ask questions
Yeah.
that don't even seem directly related to the relationship.
Yeah.
And we know what answers mean what. And then we tell them after. That would be fun, but it would ruin friendship.
Anyway, you went to Brooklyn Cat Cafe.
Went to Brooklyn Cat Cafe. There was a comedy show in the back. And I mean, there was a show going on, so I couldn't really hang with the cats in the way I normally would, you know? But it was so cute. Man, look at this one.
Was it on your story?
Yeah, it's
I
the
already
second
saw
one
it,
on my
but show me it
story.
again.
She loved me. Or he, I don't actually know.
You didn't check its genitals?
No.
You didn't check
trying
its
to be
genitals so you knew?
Oh.
Oh my God.
Just very, very
what a
sweet
little face.
Very petite.
Oh my God, she looks like this. She's like,
I know.
she has a sweet little
She's like
face.
Trying to be like Taylor Swift. She kind of is.
Yeah.
Her eyes are all squinty. I
Yeah,
know you hate
except
Taylor, but you love the cat.
Yeah, I was literally, before you got here, I was talking to Lee about how I hate Taylor Swift for like a really long time. And I think I came across as a little bit unhinged.
Yeah.
The amount of hate that I have for Taylor Swift is inappropriate.
Yeah,
but
it is.
very real for me.
Yeah. But yeah, so that cat was like the one that liked me the most. I mean, I didn't get to hang that much because there was a show. I was trying not to be disruptive. But that one, like, I was petting it and it would like, I would kind of stop and then it would like try and crawl up on my shoulder a little bit.
Was it Goodlition? Or sorry, was it?
Oh, no, it wasn't doing that. The little, what do you call it?
The kneading, yeah.
Kneading,
That's
yeah.
what they call it in my family
Yeah.
because everybody pretends to know French.
Yeah.
Goodlition. Pujets is this
Yeah.
part.
Oh, yeah.
Keep
It had those.
Keep
It
say
had
as a
whiskers.
strainer. Punya as a potholder. I don't know why. They're all about cats and kitchens.
So weird.
It's so weird.
But yeah, it was really nice. I would go back there for real.
Yeah.
It was really making me want a cat though, which is the purpose of these cafes. They're like rescue cats, I think. A lot of them. But they have to have the right demeanor. And it reminded me, well, actually, I thought of this before I went, of a cat cafe I went to in 2013 in Japan.
Cool.
And that's, I think, when they were like starting to become the most popular.
Yeah, I remember when I was like in college, the idea kind of came to America.
Yeah.
And people were like, it's a cafe with cats in it. And then I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
I can't believe we didn't think of that.
And like cats had already like basically taken over the internet.
Yeah.
Like that's all anyone used to watch YouTube videos about.
Dude, my mother, she was unemployed for many years after the recession, and she would spend all of her time on icanhascheeseburger.com.
Yeah.
She'd be like, Allie, come look at this.
Yeah.
And
And
I'd
then
be
you
like-
leave and she's like, wait. Look
Yeah.
at this one too.
And then I turn around, she's naked again.
Yeah. Did I tell you in college, we used to, it was like before, it was when YouTube was a thing, but it wasn't that big yet.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, oh, you can like share videos with friends.
Yeah.
So in college, Wednesday night, we'd be like, everyone come over, it's media night.
Media night sounds like something a teacher would make up.
I know.
Media night.
We'd call it media night and we'd be all excited and we'd like put on music and clean and we'd be like, we're getting ready for media night. And then our friends would just come over and we'd be like, check out this video for like hours. It was so
Everybody
fun.
bring a video.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember
It was all cats.
I had
so.
a friend in high school. She's actually still a friend of mine. She was at Leah's wedding. She was also a bridesmaid. Her name's Kelly McBride. I don't know if she listens to this podcast, but hey, what's up, Kelly, in case you do. I remember like every high school party we had, like, you know, remember when you were like at a high school or college party and it would turn into a YouTube party?
Yeah.
I remember Kelly hated the idea of it turning into a YouTube party. And I understand why, because it does suck when it's like, oh, let's watch this music video.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, oh, can you play
Yeah.
mine? And then the person who suggests it is the only person who likes it.
Yeah.
And it just happens over and over again
Yeah.
for
And the conversation
hours.
can never just become normal again.
Yeah,
It
and
always
you-
is like, oh, look at this part.
You
Oh,
don't hang out
No.
after that.
No.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
people being like, look up guy slaps balls with a bag of bread. And then like the only person who likes it is the guy who suggests it.
Yeah.
But like I remember we would be at parties and somebody would suggest a YouTube video and we'd like me and Leah would look at Kelly and she'd be like have steam coming out of her ears.
Man, that's so funny.
Anyway, I keep interrupting you.
That's okay. The cat cafe was fun. I want to go back. I want to see what it's really like.
What about the one in Japan?
The one in
2013?
Japan. So I was so excited because I'd heard of these cat cafes. I lived in New Zealand at the time. It wasn't really at us yet. And I found out because we're like 10 years behind there. Or something.
Yeah.
I found out about this cafe in Japan. I was with my PhD supervisor. We were there for like a conference trip. And I was like, we got to go do this. This will be so fun. We're both so excited. And she has had cats. That one cat that looks like a
Sloth from the
Sloth
Goonies.
from the Goonies. That was her cat. Disabled cat. Penny. Oh, she was such an angel. She had 3 cats. And so she was like excited for this too. And we get there and it was just such a letdown. Like I'm imagining going into this cafe. It's like comfy like most cafes. There's music. You're like having a coffee, you're eating something, and cats are excited to see you.
Yeah.
And they come up and you pet them and they want to sit on your lap and they're like purring. They're like, wait, that's horse. Hold on. I haven't done a cat noise in a long time. Anyway,
wait,
you guys
horse.
know purring.
God, it's so funny that you accidentally did a horse noise.
Horse.
You said, wait, that's horse. You were like, and the cat comes up and he's like, wait, that's horse. God, that is the most Brittany thing to have ever happened. Dude, you're going to tell a story one day and be like, and Dwayne said to me, wait, that's horse. Sorry. He said, I want to break up.
Oh, man. Anyway, so I'm imagining this like wonderland of cats, right? And we show up and you enter and the entrance is this tiny, tiny like hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And there's glass everywhere, covered in signs with rules. Just like, there's like 35 rules or something. And you get in and they're like rules just yelling at you all over.
It's like a cat cafe under Taliban rule or something.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I gotta memorize all these before I go in. And like, I don't remember obviously all the rules, but I was texting my PhD supervisor because she told me she went back to that cafe recently. She was in Japan with someone else. And I was like laughing about it. The rules to me feel like this. Don't approach the cat in the pink color. Do not move abruptly. Pet only cats with patterns. Do not pet solid color cats. Wear slippers. Like, it was crazy. The rules and like...
They made like that amount of sense.
Yes. They were like wild. And they were serious. It wasn't like a bit or anything. That'd be weird if it was a bit.
It would be weird if they posted 35 rules and they were like, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So then we walk in. Yeah, nice one.
Thanks. I'm a comedian.
Steve Rogers. Just kidding.
What?
Just kidding. I feel like Steve would make that joke, you know?
Absolutely.
And then he'd be like, did you hear that one?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to react or what?
Yeah, he'd be like, just kidding. He'd do that.
Yeah. So anyway, we get into now. This is becoming a full story. I thought it was going to be a short update, but
yeah, we're really taking our fucking
this
time
might
here.
just be my story. We'll see.
We also haven't hung out in a long time, so that's probably why we're off our balls.
Give me
or whatever.
all the details of the cat.
Yeah, tell me about the cat cafe. In the Japanese cat cafe with too many rules.
Today, Brittany's going to tell me about a cat cafe. I can't wait. I hope I have another dream about Betty tonight.
That is almost too accurate. That is almost too accurate about me.
So we're in this entrance and we're like already feeling like this isn't going to be as fun as we thought it was going to be. And we get all the rules and then we walk in and it is like different color collars or like this cat you cannot touch.
They color coded the cats?
Yes.
Wow.
And they actually did that at the cafe I was at last night.
That makes sense to have different
sense.
collars on to be like, don't approach these ones. They're too skittish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like there were so many that they were like basically don't interact with it. I'm like, why are they here? I think these cats don't want to work here.
Well, first of all, to think that they're working there is really funny. To think they get paid.
They get done and they're like, I just want to watch Game of Thrones now.
Yeah.
For the rest of the night. That's all I ask.
They're like, where's my paycheck? It's late.
Yeah.
And it's just like a bowl of tuna.
Yeah.
It's so funny to think that they're employees. God.
So yeah, you go in and you're like, oh, I hope I remember to follow all the rules.
Mhm.
I can't touch a lot of cats. I can't
Yeah.
talk to some of these cats.
Yeah.
And there's no music, so it's super uncomfortable. It doesn't feel or really look like a cafe.
Mhm.
They do have a place where you can have a coffee and a little cookie.
Just a coffee and a little cookie.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. So you get your coffee and cookie and you sit down. There's no music. There's cats all around you who don't want to interact with you. They're acting like you're not there. And there's like other small groups of people like also there at the same time.
Yeah.
And no one wants to break the rules. Everyone's scared of offending a cat.
Offending.
So that
At their job.
Everyone's just like standing there awkwardly and being like, pss, 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 pss,
God, that's so
or being
fucking
like,
funny.
over here. And like, none of it's working. And you're all doing it in front of each other and failing. That was the experience. It was like so miserable.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so this other one, it seemed a lot more comfy. It did feel like a real cafe.
Yeah.
A lot of the cats were like willing to approach you.
Mm-hmm.
You could go up to cats.
Yeah.
They were all so cute.
Maybe one of the reasons why they have cats that are like not super into people there is because I don't know.
To get them like
socialized.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how other cat cafes are because I've only ever been to that Brooklyn cat cafe.
Oh, you've been to this one?
Oh, I've been to it probably 5 times.
Oh, we should go.
Yeah, I would love to.
I told them I'd be back soon.
Yeah. Okay. Baby Cow's Cat Cafe. That's how me and Brittany hang out.
I think I've been really needing to see animals.
Yeah,
lately.
you could just come over and hang out with Betty.
Yeah.
She'd love it.
Yeah.
Man, she zoomed so much today. I'm in love with her.
You'll put me dream about Betty again.
Yeah, I really, if I had that dream every single night, I would never get sick of it. Just hanging out with my dog in my dreams while she's in my bed. So sick. But on a cruise.
Yeah.
But I forget what I was gonna say because I was just talking about how I'm in love with Betty.
You were talking about how you've been to that cat cafe a lot.
Oh, okay. I know that like that one, all of those cats are adoptable.
Yes.
So that's like kind of the point. Is like you go to the cat cafe and then if you like see one you really, really like, then you can take it home. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the Japanese cat cafe was like.
Yeah.
I don't know if those cats are like, on the job or whatever. But if it's not adoptable cats, it doesn't make sense to have cats that are afraid of people there.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun though.
That's great.
Yeah.
Should we do our stories?
Let's get our stories. How about you go first, and then I'll call the cat one mine.
Oh,
if we don't have time.
All right, cool. So this happened in college. So I went to school for political science.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's a political scientist.
That's not true. Yeah, you were like, you're a political scientist. I'm like, I have a bachelor's of arts in political science. Just barely, by the way. So I took a lot of classes. I was really into the like sociological, geopolitical, like kind of like woke stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I took a lot of different classes that were like really, really fascinating. One class that I took was called Native America Today.
Oh.
And so it was about like, I feel like it's gotten kind of better in the past couple of years, but like this was in, 2013 probably when I was in college. I think that as a culture, as like white Americans, when we think of Native Americans, we think of them like in the 1800s.
Yes.
And Native Americans are a culture that is strong and lives today. And so the point of the class was to talk about the culture of all of the different groups of Native Americans in America today.
Yeah.
And so obviously we had like a week of like, or not even a week, like a lot of it was like representation of Native Americans in popular media.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the topic of like using Native Americans and Native American imagery as like mascots like came up. And we would just have like, it was a seminar, so it was a lot of like discussions.
Yeah.
And we would have a class discussion. We were having class discussions about how it's like it's like kind of fucked up to like use a person as a mascot.
Yeah.
When like all the other mascots are like dolphins and shit. Like it's fucked up.
Remember on Community, there's that episode where they needed to come up with a new mascot and it was going to be a person for some reason. I don't remember why. But they were like, but we don't want to
can't have any race or gender. Yeah, so
no
it's
race
just
or gender.
being.
It's just a human being, and it looks so terrifying.
Yeah, it's like literally a guy in one of those stretchy suits, and it has no skin color and no like anatomy.
No real facial characteristics, just two like black dots and like a line for her face. It's like so scary.
Just don't make it a person, bro. Or there's also like the Trojans, which is a group of people, but they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, or
so
like
it's different.
Vikings or whatever.
Totally.
Yeah.
Also, and so my teacher brought up the Fighting Irish. So Notre Dame, Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
He's like, how do you think that's different than the Native Americans? And then everybody in my class was like, it's not. It's fucked up. And I'm like, hold on. Hold on. It's not as fucked up. First of all, the Fighting Irish are not like the Cherokee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's very different. The imagery is a lot different.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of people at Notre Dame are Irish.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the Trail of Tears didn't happen to Irish people.
Yeah.
Sorry, it fucking didn't.
Yeah.
And everybody, it's so funny because I thought it was just so funny because
so you were like the only one.
I was the only one who was like, I don't think it, maybe it offends people. Maybe it's fucked up. I am one Irish person. Also, I'm Irish American. So that's different.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think it's fucked up in the same way that it is for Native Americans, right? And I just like remember sitting in class, like looking the way that I look. Like I literally look like I was like talking to people about like, I'm like, the Fighting Irish are fine. Like I literally look like the fucking mascot and everybody's arguing with me. And I'm like, it's different than the Seminoles, dude. It's so fucking different. And like, because
man, that's so funny.
It was just like classic college shit where like, I remember I took this class called The Politics of Africa.
Yeah.
And the beginning of the class, she was like, what do you think is the difference between a developed country and an underdeveloped country? And people would not say that countries in Africa are underdeveloped, even though it's just like objectively true because it's like college like woke stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we can't have a political discussion about what happens to countries if you cannot admit that they're underdeveloped.
Yeah.
And that's what was happening in this Native America Today class where I was like, first of all, I'm the only person in here with red hair. So I think I have a little authority. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I can fucking talk about this. And it's just not the same. Like people don't think like Irish people like exist so clearly in popular culture and you see them every day.
Yeah.
A lot of people have never met a Native American person and yet they still make them a mascot and like put them in a headdress and like shit like that when it's like a real living person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like kind of not the same.
No.
And I was just like sitting in class being like, I can't believe nobody is listening to me.
Yeah. Oh, so it didn't become like there was no resolution or anything?
I don't remember. I don't think there was, but I just like because
what'd the teacher say?
I think the teacher agreed with me because he's like an adult man.
Oh,
like,
he did agree with you.
Yeah, well, he was the one who brought it up, and he was like, I think like the imagery, the way that we talk about Irish people versus Native American people is like really, really different. And I'm like, I don't know, it's just so different.
And like you said, like the point about how a lot of Irish people are on that team, I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah,
too.
like also like I'm sure like. It was called the Fighting Irish because everybody on, I don't know what team it is. I think it's a football team. I don't know. I forget. Like, I'm sure everybody on the team was like, Murphy, O'Hannigan, O'Neill, O'Murphy, Murphy. And like, they were like, oh, it's the Fighting Irish. All of us are Irish. I'm sure it was that. And then the Seminoles aren't like a group of Seminoles.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Man.
So that's my story is that it was just like college and everybody was like really afraid of offending people and shit. And like sometimes people, when they're first learning about this stuff, they're like a little bit too woke in a way that they can't apply it to real life.
Yes, I was just going to say.
They read a lot of books and they apply that to like situations in their life. And I'm like, no. Sociological research is based on groups of people. That would be like, okay, in America, like black people have higher rates of poverty than white people for like, you know, all of the reasons. We can talk about it another time.
Yeah.
That would be like if you treated every single black person like they were poor because you read that statistic. And it's like, you can't do that. That's fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that happens a lot when people are first learning about these ideas in college.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. It's like almost like it's almost like the opposite of what you're meant to be doing. Like they're trying to apply it, but they don't they're not thinking about it in a nuanced way.
Yes.
So then they end up using like black and white thinking.
Yes.
And I mean category, right? Like
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Even though that's the opposite to what they're
you
meant
should
to be being taught.
There's a difference between also sociology classes don't teach you how to treat people.
Yeah.
But they use that to inform on how to treat people. But it's like, no, you have to like treat everybody like with respect and like they're a person.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it's just like a weird thing that happens sometimes, especially with like in Binghamton, it was like a very white school.
Mhm.
Everybody was like upper middle class from Long Island, essentially.
Yeah.
And they probably didn't grow up in places with like a lot of diversity.
Yeah.
And they are like trying to learn about stuff, and like that's good that they're trying to like be educated. But at the same time, they just have no access. They like don't know how to interact with people.
Yeah.
It's like really weird.
When your teacher asked this question, wouldn't it be funny if like you looked around and some students were trying to flip back into their book to see like where the answer was?
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit.
They were like, oh, there's nothing about Irish people in here. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's because that's not what this class is about.
Yeah.
So
Man.
that was my stupid story. And it's where I was smart and everybody else was stupid.
Yeah. That's frustrating.
In my opinion, I think that I'm right, where I'm like,
I mean, I'm on your side.
also, like, I don't know. I don't have a lot of authority to speak on this because I'm just one Irish person. I'm sure if you talk to like a million Irish people, everybody would have a different opinion.
Yeah.
But like my mother's from Ireland. I'm visibly Irish. I'm like a redhead, like Irish last name lady from Boston, Massachusetts.
We gotta Photoshop you as the
fighting Irish guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm like the Seminoles are different. Like in the class, like standing like that. I was wearing a green suit with a top hat, and I'm like, why won't anybody listen to me? But I don't know. I just thought it was funny because everybody was too afraid of like offending people. They were like, yeah, it's really fucked up. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? It's so different.
The answer is it's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
The answer is that's not okay, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just pulling up the post. We're ready for the post.
Yeah,
right?
let's do the posty. We're going to read a post from an internet user.
Keep talking though, because I should have scrolled before.
So if anybody wants to fight this Irishman, I'll do it.
Oh, I may have found it.
Also, maybe, like, I don't know the origin of the Fighting Irish. Maybe I should look it up before I start talking about this shit. But maybe they were called the Fighting Irish because Irish people love to fight.
Hey.
That would be offensive.
Yeah.
Even though I'm Irish and I love fighting. I'm like, but not all of us, though.
All right, I found it.
Okay, cool.
Nice job filling the time.
Thanks.
Am I the asshole for refusing to cook after my boyfriend tried to critique my cooking with a literal PowerPoint presentation?
Man, I love this. I love how men are like, she needs a visual aid to know that her food tastes bad.
Yeah. So this happened a few days ago, and I'm still trying to process it. For context, I, 28 female, have been with my boyfriend, 30 male, for about 2 years. We live together, and I've always done most of the cooking because I genuinely enjoy it. And he claims he can't even boil water without setting off the smoke alarm.
Oh, interesting.
Well,
that
that's
he's
the
making
problem
a
with
fucking...
the smoke alarm. But I'm sure he has a piece. Just saying, that's not the right type of. That's it's overly sensitive.
Yeah,
it's
steam
like
should not be setting
it's detecting
off.
the wrong thing.
I love how Brittany's like, well, that's the problem with the smoke alarm.
So that's the point of the story.
Get good smoke alarms and CO2 detectors.
Yeah. The other night I made one of our favorite meals, and while we were eating, he got a weird smirk on his face. Man, I hate a guy smirking who's a piece of shit.
or any, you know what? If
I don't
a man
really like
ever
a smirk.
If a man ever smirks around me, I'm gonna hit him. Stop smirking, guys. Just stop doing it.
It's like it almost never looks good. It's not a good move for flirting. A smirk makes me think you're a slimy guy.
Totally, yeah.
Like,
imagine
in
if I was
most
like,
contexts.
Brittany, you're looking really good today.
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I got so distracted.
We got really into the smirking. Feels good.
While we're eating, he got a weird smirk on his face. Then he says, I've been taking notes. I laughed thinking he was joking, but then he said, no, really, I made a presentation.
Oh my God, no.
I didn't think to talk to you. I just thought I'd write out all my ideas.
Yeah, he's like, point number 1.
Yeah.
Point number 2. He comes in
Men
like
love lists. You should
men
know
love
that.
men love coming in like they're a fucking lawyer to a person who's not expecting to have the conversation. They love doing that.
And then they're like, they didn't even have any arguments, and I spoke sharply.
Yeah.
So he says, oh, no, really, I made a presentation. I still thought it was a joke up until he got up, connected his laptop to the TV, opened a PowerPoint titled Improving Our Home Dining Experience.
Okay, that title is so funny.
Yeah.
It's so like professional.
Yes.
It sounds like the name of a scientific paper.
Yeah. I was in disbelief as he went slide by slide critiquing my dishes. Slide 1, too much garlic. Slide 2, pasta consistency.
Okay, first of all, there's no such thing as too much garlic.
It's hard to go overboard with garlic.
Every time they're like, put 2 cloves of garlic, I like quadruple it.
Yes, same.
Garlic
I always
is good.
add more.
That guy's an idiot.
Yeah. Pasta consistency. Slide 3, more salt, less sass. He was trying to make the third one funny because he's read about comedy structure, I guess. Loser. What a loser.
You read a book.
Oh,
you read Truth in Comedy.
You read Judy Carter's book too?
Yeah.
The kicker was slide 8, which just had a photo of Gordon Ramsay face palming with the caption, "What'd he think?" Is that what Ramsay says, I guess?
I don't know. Wait. What did it say?
What'd he think?
What
did he think?
What did he think?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what he'd think.
What he'd think is okay. Sorry, we're so stupid.
Oh, I see. This is very clear.
It's like
actually.
This is what Gordon Ramsay would think of your cooking, and it's him face palming.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
All right.
I read that wrong.
Both of us are like, what he'd think.
I read that wrong 3 times because I read this yesterday when we thought we were doing on yesterday's ep.
Yeah.
And I read it the same way. I'm stupid.
By the way, does everybody like?
I deserve to have a pod about stupidity.
If you're
check
watching,
out my new phone.
If you're watching the
post-robbery phone.
Post-robbery phone.
Yeah, I'm waving around all over the streets, just seeing if it'll happen again.
More story.
Brand new phone.
More story for the pod.
I was stunned. I told him if he had such detailed opinions, he should cook himself. He tried to backtrack, saying it was all in good fun and that he was just trying to help. But I wasn't laughing. I haven't cooked since, and now he's been living off cereal and takeout. Nice.
Good.
He's sulking, saying I'm overreacting and just ruining the joke.
What a fucking dick.
Piece of shit.
He's like, wait, I just critiqued your cooking a bunch. And now, like, also there's just, like, we say this all the time. There's a way to go about this.
Yes. It's fine if you have opinions. Just share them
respectfully.
Why haven't you talked to her about it before?
Just be like, hey, honey, like, thank you for cooking, first of all.
Yeah. Thank you for cooking. I would never cook for you.
I don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
Like, so I it seems very hard to me. Like, maybe we can take like cooking classes together.
Yeah.
Maybe we could blah, blah, blah. And like, we could both learn how to do stuff. Cause
I know I don't help out, but there are some things I like better.
Yeah. Like sometimes things are too salty, you know, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Like there's a way to go about it in a respectful way.
But I still love you so much.
Now I know how to argue with Brittany. Now I know how to bring a hard thing to Brittany.
However, our love remains.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, as you know, this person posted an update.
Hell yeah.
So that's why we're not talking too much yet.
That's right.
Hey Reddit, so it's been a while since I posted my original story about my now ex-boyfriend's infamous PowerPoint presentation critiquing my cooking. Can't thank you enough for the support, blah, blah, blah. Buckle up, because here's the follow-up you didn't know you needed.
Hell yeah. I love updates to these posts.
That's so nice. She's updating
She's like, anyway, I shot him.
Writing from jail.
Yeah.
Call me. Call me collect. After reading, wait, I'll call you collect. That's how it would work, huh?
Sorry, all these little quips are really cracking my shit up. You're like, call me anyway. Call me collect anyway. No, I'll call you collect. No, that's horse.
Horse, that's horse. Wait, no, that's horse.
Wait, no, that's horse.
Sometimes my mind just comes out all the way, you know? Allie took a drink and she can't laugh. You have to spit it out. You have to spit it out, Allie. Are you okay?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
That was crazy. Oh my God.
Sometimes my mind comes out all the way.
Allie had just taken a drink and she couldn't.
And then Brittany said, sometimes my mind comes out all the way. Like it was a normal thing to say, and I had so much soda in my mouth that I almost
I knew it wasn't normal, but I liked the idea.
Sometimes my mind comes out all the way. God, you're such a fucking freak. Oh, it's so funny.
Okay.
And then also, by the way, when I had all the soda in my mouth, you were like sitting up crying, being like, Allie, you have to spit it out. You have to. And I'm like, this is not helping.
I wanted you to have to spit it into one of the plants.
With the fake plants. Yeah. So they just have sticky fake plants with ants on them.
I'm really crying.
God. Okay, let's get into this. Let's finish this fucking post. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so. Oh, sorry, I'm crying. Buckle up, because you really you needed to know this.
It sounds like she's saying, like, you assholes need to hear this update.
Yeah. So after reading your comments and taking some time to process what happened, once again, thank God she had some people telling her this wasn't okay.
Yes, yes.
Apparently
she was like, am I being an asshole?
Yeah.
It's like, no, he is.
Yeah. After reading her comments, taking some time to process, I decided that our relationship needed a serious talk. I sat him down to discuss how his presentation came across as not just unfunny, but pretty disrespectful. Good. You know, typical mature relationship stuff.
Nice.
Well, what does he do? He smirks. First of all, he smirks again.
Dude, fuck that guy. Jesus.
He smirks and goes, oh, I was prepared for this.
No.
He actually grabs his laptop, connects it to the TV again, and presents me with another PowerPoint titled, How to Take a Joke, a Comprehensive Guide. This is actually really funny.
This is hilarious.
I'm so glad he did that.
It's hilarious. It sucks that it's happening in real life.
Yes.
This would be really funny, like in a sitcom or something.
Yeah.
But it sucks that it's actually happening to this poor woman.
It sucks that it's real, but I think this is a really
How to Take a Joke,
idea.
a Comprehensive Guide is so funny.
And the idea that he was like, oh, I was prepared. And
he was like
jumps in line in front of her and gets his laptop on.
He was like waiting for her to bring it up. Too.
Yes.
Like he had prepped.
He's like, I'm still eating cereal. I guess I'll make a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
About how she can't take a joke.
Clearly she can't take a joke.
Yeah. Then I can start getting good meals again. Yes, folks. I love when they call the community folks. He made a whole slideshow explaining why I needed to learn how to chill out and appreciate humor. Slide 1 featured a meme of a clown putting on makeup with my name plastered over it. Slide 2, a bullet point titled, Why Your Overreaction is Hilarious. Slide 3 was titled, How I'm Clearly the Comedian in This Relationship. Yikes. That usually is what the fight is about, is a guy's like, oh, I'm funnier than her.
Yeah, and it's like, she just doesn't get it because she doesn't understand jokes.
Yeah.
Also, it's just like, what a weird way to, I think it's weird when comedians do this, when they say something offensive and everybody hates it and they're like, it's a joke. I think that's weird enough to like not be a person about it, but to not be a person about it in your relationship is even more insane.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I'm burping a bunch. At this point, I was too stunned to speak, but then he pulled out slide 6. Things you can do while not cooking. Things you can do while not cooking because you're mad.
Yeah, so he's saying, here's a list of things you can do because you're not cooking, because you're mad. Also, he's a terrible writer.
He's bad, yeah. The audacity, right? It was as if he really thought he'd win me over with this next level presentation.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, he did not. So I did what any rational PowerPoint loving person would do. Okay, so they both love PowerPoint. That's why they're together.
Oh.
That's what's going on here. I made my own. I stayed up all night crafting a presentation called Why It's Time to Move On, a farewell guide. Nice. It had everything. Flowcharts mapping his incompetence in the kitchen, pie charts illustrating my happiness before and after the great presentation debacle, and my personal favorite, slide 9, a gif of Gordon Ramsay yelling, "Get out."
Wow.
This is an amazing breakup.
This is beautiful.
Man, I want to have been there. I want to have been her friend.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty close. We're reading the post. We're on her side.
We're reading the post and she has no idea who we are.
She doesn't listen to our podcast, but
Man,
I feel like I know
does.
her.
Yeah. Man,
This morning.
Oh, sorry. No, finish.
Oh. This morning, I sat him down and went through my PowerPoint with the same energy he had given me. His reaction was priceless. He started with that same smirk. She hates his smirk. Man.
I'm on your side, sister.
Yeah. But lost it somewhere around slide 4. Top 10 reasons you're moving out today.
And he's just crying and she's flipping through the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And he's like, but
I think I got a few more in here.
And she's like, hold on, there's animation.
Yeah.
It's like swipe, and then there's word art that's like, get the fuck out of here. We're over.
I hope she filmed this.
Dude.
This is so good.
100%.
By the time I got to the resources for finding your own apartment slide, nice, he was packing a bag.
Hell yeah.
Before anyone worries, yes, he did actually leave. And no, I didn't even have to threaten him with slide 12, which was just a photo of me blocking the Wi-Fi router. So yeah, we broke up. She's way funnier than him.
Yeah, she's way funnier. Yeah.
And
that's
she
true.
can be in a relationship and talk about something serious.
I know. Yes.
Nice
Totally.
combo.
Yeah.
So yeah, we broke up. I'm single happy, cooking meals for myself without critique, except my cat's judgmental stare. To those who said I should make a breakup PowerPoint, just know. Oh, so this was a suggestion.
Whoa,
nice.
that's cool. I'm
glad
the
she
internet.
followed through. Man, this is so good. It's fun fact. Some of you are right. He actually is a business consultant. So making PowerPoints is quite literally his day job. He's like, I'm so funny. I use PowerPoint in my real life.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm sure he thinks he's funny because he put one GIF at the end of a PowerPoint in a meeting.
Yes.
And office humor is horrible.
Very low bar in an office.
Yeah, totally.
Because nothing happens. It's
Yeah.
like scientific presentation.
Exactly.
Or humor.
Or a sermon.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before.
Totally. Where
Nothing
it's
has to happen.
Yeah, it's like you go into the office and there's donuts and somebody's like, should I be bad? And everybody is rolling on the floor, losing their minds,
and
puking.
the whole office is like, did you hear what Jim
erupts.
said today?
Yeah. He said should he be
For
bad?
hours, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, I fucking hate it here.
I know.
I hate it.